is Skylar Cole singing the national anthem. A fantastic rendition. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Julius Randle.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randle out there with Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for the Bucks, Gary Trent is out there with Paul. Then it's Turner. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4-man position. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
To the wing on the left. Kuzma passes to Antetokounmpo. Paul for 3. Julius Randle with the rebound. And Randle has got the ball here for Minnesota. Here's DiVincenzo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now here's Giannis. Nails the baby hook.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Doc Rivers. What's the news, David?
Their team's main focus tonight? Well, it starts with all-star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Turner with a screen on DiVincenzo. Home. Rebound, Minnesota.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Paul. Bucks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And Kuzma has it in the corner. McDaniels against Trent. Pass to Randle. Here's DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Kuzma outside. Back to Giannis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Julius Randle picks one up.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game.
2 shots. And so he makes both from the line.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Now here's Edwards. Look at those numbers of his. You just can't say enough about the work he's doing at the offensive end. He's averaging about 30.5 points a game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's DiVincenzo. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Got 3 off the mark. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Giannis. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Here's DiVincenzo. Can't hit from in close.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
And here's Trent outside. Here's Giannis. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Minnesota with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. The 3 for DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Paul. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
A clever play by Paul. He makes sure to get some contact and draw the foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And with the trade deadline behind us, GA, that is a busy time for front offices.
Yeah, and for every trade that takes place, hundreds more are proposed. I don't envy the GM's long hours behind the scenes.
And the Bucks making a change here. Porter's checked in.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
Here's Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Randall's never been one to back down from physical play inside, and he's not going to start now.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Randall.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And here is Paul. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Porter finds Giannis. 6 to shoot. Plays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
And their post play has been really solid. Right off the bat.
Here's Randall, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
And we've seen Randall add a 3-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
Now here's Paul. Shoots over DiVincenzo. A shot by Paul, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Hits it from 3-point range.
And look, Edwards has a lethal pull-up game. It's one of the things that makes him so difficult to guard.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket. He's got 12.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Edwards looking it over. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Turner kicks to Kuzma. Over Reed. Kuzma can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 4. Edwards drives in. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Anthony Edwards. He's averaging 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you...
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
DiVincenzo passes to Randall. DiVincenzo with the screen for Randall. Pass to Dillingham. Reed with it. Turner covering. Now Dillingham. This game he had 12. Randall from outside. It's rebounded by Paul.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here's Turner. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going that way.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Green comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Rollins subbed in for Chris Paul. Minnesota also making some changes. Rudy Gobert comes in for Naz Reid. And it's Clark in for Dante DiVincenzo. It's Portis, high post. Randall on him. Rollins. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. It's a three-point game. And he drives in. They get it again. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Porter. Back to Gobert. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
Rollins the pass to Porter. 1:49 left here in the opening quarter. Trent's checked in for Milwaukee. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Substitution on the court.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's Dillingham. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley. Making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
Trent outside. There's 1:17 left to play here in the first. Over Clark. Trent can't hit.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Pass to Conley. And here's Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Clark outside. Drills it from outside.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Outside Portis. Looking to end the run. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Conley the pass to Clark. Here's Dillingham. Back to Clark from past the arc. Rollins grabs the board.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
Here's Rollins. The kick out to Porter. Carries it from three-point range.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He nailed it from long range in that quarter, winds up with a total of 4 3-pointers in the period. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Miller. Dillingham is out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Clark in at the small forward position.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Edwards against Porter. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
The last few decades, we've seen the three become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is, and teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the three spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the three is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner three.
Connects from three-point range.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Porter passes to Rollins. Over Dillingham. The shot by Rollins, no good.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Outside Edwards. Over Porter. Edwards can't hit. Bucks trail by 8. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here's Edwards. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Joe Ingles is checked in for the Timberwolves.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
There's the pick. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Miller's checked in. Looking at Milwaukee, they took the win in their last game against the Nets. Here's Edwards. Sings with the rebound. Bucks trail by 8. Outside Porter. Oh, he misses the dunk. Minnesota's gone 1 or 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dillingham's got 5.
Well, for someone who is mostly an off guard, Edwards puts up great assist numbers.
Here's Rollins. Last game he had 13. 6 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Elbow shot is on the way. Trent can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
It's tipped. Here's Clark. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line. And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Giannis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Gary Trent. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Dillingham. Kuzma against Clark. Kuzma passes to Giannis. And the Bucks miss again. Timberwolves leading by 13. Clark into the lane. And Clark slams it in.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Picked his pocket. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Clark. Launches it. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Now here's Portis. No good again that time.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Rollins against DiVincenzo. The shot by Rollins, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Edwards dishes to Gobert. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo's got 7. Bucks trail by 20. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Turner comes in for Bobby Portis, and Paul subbed in for Rollins. Minnesota also making some changes. Randall's checked in for Rudy Gobert, and it's McDaniels in for Clark. It's Edwards on the wing, guarded by Porter. A shot by McDaniels, no good. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks, trailing by 19. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter. 3rd of the game so far.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. McDaniels against Kuzma. 3-pointer, Randall. A rebound by the Bucks. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
Trent's checked in for Kevin Porter. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels, a screen on Paul. Dillingham. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Paul outside. Trent outside. A shot. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Here's Dillingham. 5 points in the game. Pass to Reid. And here is DiVincenzo. Now Dillingham. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2. Bucks trail by 16. Here's Giannis. Out to Kuzma. Beyond the arc. A putback. Oh, and Giannis puts it right back in.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
DiVincenzo with it. 14 points from him the last game against Houston.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Here's Trent, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Toronto where they'll take on the Raptors.
And looking at the Utah matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Reed the pass to Randall. Just 5 on the clock. Steps back and shoots, and he hits the jumper for 2. Randall's got 6 points.
And the clock having no impact on Randall's game.
Paul looking around. Driving the lane. Stolen by McDaniels. Shoots over Kuzma. Shot by McDaniels, no good. Bucks trail by 16. Here's Trent. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Julius Randle picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Mike Conley's checked in for Dillingham. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Minnesota leading by 14. Randle outside. DiVincenzo with the screen for Randle. Pass to Reed. Over Turner. Reed gets the bucket.
Yeah, really not where you expect Reed to shoot from, but he clearly made the right choice by taking that shot.
Turner with a screen on Randle. Antetokounmpo dishes to Turner.
Clearly a foul.
The Bucks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
First personal foul.
First one falls for him.
You just look at the trajectory of Turner's career. He was raw coming into the league, up and down for a number of years, but when he put it all together, he became the total package.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Giannis outside. Randle grabs the board. Randle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lots of room. Tries again. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 6.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Timberwolves ahead. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome, everybody.
Their offensive rebounding, when you give yourself more chances to score points, the math is pretty simple, Arnie.
Yep, they're eating up those misses. Speaking of, when do we roll out the snack table?
Next up, let's take a look. Thank you for being with us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Kyle Kuzma is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Gary Trent. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Turner in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
And in the mid-range, Paul, so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
And here's Edwards from the arc. The rebound by Turner. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 17-point game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Reed with a screen on Trent. Over in the corner, Randall. Off target from three-point range. Bucks shooting about 42% so far. Paul passes to Turner. Minnesota with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal. And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Low block shot on the way, and he hits the jump shot. Edwards got 24.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in the line too often. 5th, the Timberwolves.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Bucks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Paul passes to Antetokounmpo. Over Randall. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Randall. Putting up about 22 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Wingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. A 3 for DiVincenzo. He gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Turner. Minnesota with the rebound. Edwards got his 5th rebound in this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Paul outside to the inside. Turner. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Back to Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. The three-pointer, no good. Bucks trail by 21. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Now Turner, guarded by Reed, and Turner throws it down.
And using that improved court awareness, Turner continues to make plays out of the pick and roll.
Outside Edwards. 14 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Edwards got 28.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And Antetokounmpo. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to DiVincenzo. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it, but at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Portis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And a change for the Timberwolves. Clark's checked in. And it's Paul with the ball for Milwaukee. Outside Portis. Over Randall. Nice shot by Portis.
And in terms of controlling the game, Chris Paul is as good as anyone I've ever seen do it.
Randall outside. Reed with a screen on Portis. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Turner. Bucks trail by 19. The tray. Good on the three-point shot. Kuzma's got 5 now.
That is a great possession. Get Kuzma the ball, and Kyle will drill those catch-and-shoot chances.
It's Edwards on the wing. DiVincenzo kicks to Clark. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Bucks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Turner, and he banks in the layup. Turner's got 6 points in the quarter.
A big like Turner, just using that height inside, it's almost a lost art.
Randall surveying the D, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generation. What's your assessment?
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
Randall passes to Clark. Reed with a screen for Clark. Here's Reed. Turner covering, and it's good for 2. 8 points for him.
Terrific screen. They ask Reed to do a lot of the little things like that, and he does them all well.
Here's Porter into the lane, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Miles Turner. How his last 10 games have gone. And his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. Green, he's checked in for the Bucks. Minnesota also making some changes. Rudy Gobert comes in for Reed. And Dillingham subbed in for Edwards. Randall against Portis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls it from the elbow. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 8.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Nice shot by Portis.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Pass to Randall. Gobert with a screen on Portis. And finished off by Gobert.
Yeah, nice timing in the pick and roll. Gobert finishing the job.
Randall against Portis. Here's Rollins. And here's Green outside. Gillingham with the rebound. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. Clark laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 9.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
Portis for 3. That shot, no good. Timberwolves leading by 17. And he goes in for the dunk.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Outside Portis lets it go with a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Randall. Clark outside. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Porter. He's got 10. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the reset button at halftime. Not sure if it was a mechanical issue, but he's looked much more confident offensively.
Randall with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Turner looking around. Pass to Rollins. Over Gillingham. The shot by Rollins, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Jacks up a 3. And Dillingham with the basket on the assist by Gobert. Dillingham's got 10. Gets it off. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Timberwolves ahead as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Minnesota with the ball. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Now for an update on Antetokounmpo's injury, let's go over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Bucks head athletic trainer. He told me that although he twisted the knee pretty badly, nothing looks like it's torn. His day is over, and it looks like he's going to be out for a number of games. It's tough news for this team to process. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
Yeah, you never want to speculate on injury, but that didn't look like something you were going to bounce back from quickly.
And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Conley out there with Dillingham. Then it's Miller. Then there's Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Dillingham. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific score. And the shot goes in.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Gobert with a screen on Green. To the inside. It's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Here's Porter. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
Conley, the pass to Edwards. Conley sets a screen for Edwards. To the middle. Here's Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Showing great vision in delivering the pass out in front.
Rollins against Conley. Free throw line jump shot. The shot by Rollins no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Dillingham with the bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Bucks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Porter kicks to Portis. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And too long on the shot. Timberwolves on offense. In the corner, Dillingham with it. Green against Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Green. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Minnesota.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Here's Rollins. The rebound by Edwards. Edwards got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Miller. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Miller's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Portis. Can they get it? Miller grabs the miss. Miller's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Dillingham. Conley surveying the D. From outside the arc. Hands it from downtown.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. Minnesota making a switch here. So it's the Bucks now. Here's Paul, and the layup's good off the glass.
How about CP finding space around the rim?
Here is Conley. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Bucks making a change here. Trent's checked in.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Trent, left side. And there's the drive. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And that's a routine play for Paul. He's not going to miss the open man.
Conley with it. Picked up by Portis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Minnesota. To the paint. Ingles with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Conley. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Well, the leadership and steadiness Mike Conley brings to his team can't be overstated. A true locker room leader and a vet who sets a great tone out on the floor.
Paul dishes to Turner. Conley grabs the miss. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And it's Paul with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time.
Gary Trent Jr.
That's foul number 2 for him. Hey, Coach Van Gundy, what advice would you give to the teams that are rebuilding around their young players?
Well, generally, Kevin, what I would say is get some veteran leadership, some veteran presence on your team also, so that you have guys that can show the young guys what professionalism is and help them in their adjustment to the NBA.
Yeah, getting the right kind of veteran, right, with the right kind of message.
That's a great point. Just having an older guy is not the answer.
Outside Portis. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Conley, the pass to Ingles. Here's Dillingham, defended by Trent. Outside Conley. There's the triple. Sinks the triple. Conley's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Portis a screen on Conley. Fires, high post. And it's Paul missing.
And they need his offense right now. But his shot is just not falling.
Tries the spin move. Here's Dillingham. Defended by Trent. Yes, that goes in.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Paul kicks to Kuzma. And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
Minnesota making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Here's Dillingham, defended by Trent. Conley against Paul. 5 to shoot. Rebounded by the Bucks. Turner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Clark against Kuzma. Trent outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Clark dishes to Gobert. At the elbow, Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Dillingham. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Paul passes to Kuzma. Turner with a screen on Clark. Inside. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
And here is Paul. 29 seconds left in the game. From deep, Trent. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Conley against Paul. Pass to Dillingham. To the inside. Conley gets the bucket.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Rudy, another strong performance from you guys. How good is this team playing right now?
We're playing great, it's all about our defense. When we play defense, when we focus, we communicate, and after we get easy stuff on the offensive end.
Rudy, a great win. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.